Coming up this time on Sailing Cedar McClyde. Before leaving Tracy Arm, I go check out some more ice on shore and collect ice for the cooler. Some wind comes up in the afternoon and I depart for Windham Bay. After some great sailing, I arrive into Windham Bay and anchor in a little nook on the south side. With a gale in the forecast, I decide to stick around for a couple days and do a bit of fishing while the rain passes by. Thanks so much for watching, and if you're enjoying the series, make sure you hit subscribe so you see the next ones coming up. Super mellow morning. So I'm just hanging out at anchor. It's about 11:30 now. Doesn't appear to be really much wind anywhere. I don't suspect there's much outside of here. The forecast I think is for 10 knots, so that often means nothing. So I'm gonna go on a dinghy mission. Big bunch of chunks of ice scattered over there. And so I'm gonna go across there, 2.5 miles something, and some are on the beach, which will be kind of cool to walk and check out. I'm just gonna go for a quick walk, check out some of the ice behind me here. And then once I get back to the dinghy, I'm gonna go check out that big beauty over there. These really funky barnacles I've never seen before. Super long. Just like competing with each other. Really funky. Turns out I came at about the right tide, because if I came any later, I'd be having to deal with all these barnacles on the beach, which obviously the dinghy won't like very much. Here's some ice on the beach. Pretty cool. It's about, I guess about 10 or 12 or 13 feet high, this one, with those little chunks just ready to break off. So I'm not getting too close to it. But the tide is coming up very quickly, so I can't linger too long as much as I'd like to. But I will go and check out some of these bergs that are floating around just in the intertidal. I made my hasty retreat from the beach here. The tide was coming up really fast. It came up like a foot or more in like the 15 minutes I was on the beach, and it was getting to where there was all those big barnacles that I did not want the dinghy to be touching. But I grabbed myself some ice, and now I'm gonna head down towards where those bunch of icebergs are floating around in the corner here. Good view of how much ice sits above the surface down below. You can see way down there. And definitely on the beaches you can kind of see where it had been sitting before. But this one's just barely above the surface, and there's a huge amount down below. I'm gonna scoop up a bit more ice for the cooler. This will be my last opportunity to get some before Petersburg. And it's just floating around everywhere. And it's coming off this beautiful chunk of ice here. Here's little perfect little cooler sized pieces for me. It's still pretty calm out. Looks super calm out in Stephen's Passage. So I'm just gonna wait till the end of the flood to get going, and then that way I'll get a push out of here and also straight down where I'm going as well. So I probably won't leave until 3 or 4. Just hang out at anchor and then do an evening sail. Hopefully some wind comes up. If the wind doesn't come up, there's a little anchorage 5 miles from where I'm sitting right now, a little bit in my right direction, so I might do that. Wood spit right near here. Okay, the ultimate block ice. Thousands of year old glacier ice. That'll probably do a lot better than this cubed ice that was almost already melted in like 2 days. Plus I have all this stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all the ice with the food, but I'll fit what I can, and it should keep me plenty refrigerated until I get to Petersburg. I am underway out of Tracy Arm Cove, heading south, either towards Woodspit if there's no wind at all, or south towards Hobart Bay if I get some good breeze, or there's one that's a bit closer called in Windham Bay, I think it's called. And there's a little cove that I could tuck into that'll protect me from the 20-knot southeasterly that's supposed to come up tomorrow, of which I'm probably just gonna hang out in the boat for, not go sailing. Passing over the bar that guards the entrance to Tracy Arm. It also blocks some of the really large icebergs from breaking out of here while they're still house-sized, for the most part. Still, yeah, 83 feet deep here. So if they do find their way right through the middle, maybe they sneak through. But the one beside me here is stuck on the bar and staying out of Stephan's Passage and the shipping out there. A beautiful little outflowing south or easterly coming out of Endicott Arm, just kicked up as soon as I got clear of Harbor Island here, and turned the engine off, and I'm still going the same speed. Just got the sails up. I'm going 5 knots right now, so I hope this sticks around. I'll keep it close haul and keep close to the shore because I am planning on hitting the mainland shore again tonight for an anchorage at Windham Bay, little nook in there. But yeah, I hope this sticks around. I won't get too excited, but I'll enjoy it while it's here. Saying goodbye to the icebergs behind me. Well, that little outflow breeze from Endicott Arm was somewhat short-lived. It got me a mile or so. Now I'm not really moving a whole lot. But I see a wind line up ahead, so I'll just wait around for it. I only have 10 miles to go until the next anchorage. So that's no big deal. The current's going to start picking up in my favor soon. So if I have to motor, I'll just wait until the current is giving me a solid boost, and hopefully some wind occurs before that. So the wind was super light and fluky for like an hour and a half, and I only made a couple miles. But then I motored about a mile ahead to this wind line, and now I'm zipping along. It is southeast, so I am tacking, but I'm going 4.9 knots right now, and the current should be picking up further and should help my angles. I think my next tack will look really nice, so I think I'll just do this tack for a little while and then tack back, and it'll bring me, almost point me probably right where I want to go. So yeah, wind vane's doing all the work right now. I'm just hanging out on the Dodger, keeping warm. It's a bit of a cool day, some showers around, but so far I haven't had any showers hit me since I left Juneau. It's popped up a bit, probably maybe pushing 15 knots now of wind. And I vowed that while I'm doing this solo trip, that the second I thought about reefing, that I would. And so I did. It went really well. I got my first reef in, full of Juneau still, and I was starting to heel over a little excessively. But now I'm still going the same speed, and I've got a more comfortable angle and ride. Yeah, but yeah, important, especially when you're single-handed, to when you think, you know, I should reef, that you reef. There's the first reef in there. And the Hydrovision did a pretty darn good job while I was up dealing with getting the clue hooked off at the mast. It just kept steering for me while I sheeted out the main. Yeah, it was super easy. And that island down there is called Sunset Island, and I'm going to be heading into the big bay just inside of there, so not really that far to go. Stephan Passage being fluky and funky. But I think the current's in my favor, so that's helping me a bit here. And there's been tons of whales everywhere and kind of cool light right now.
After a bunch of fluky wind, I ended up getting into the anchorage at about last light. Unfortunately, there were 2 other boats anchored right smack dab in the middle of the anchorage that blocked me from anchoring in the ideal depths. So I had a bit of a hard time getting the anchor set as the light quickly faded, but after 3 tries I was able to get it set adequately enough that I was able to sleep happily for the night.
So the 2 boats that were here last night have left, and now I have the whole anchorage to myself, so I'm gonna reset the anchor. As you can see here, we're kind of close to shore. I mean, right now it's fine, but if the road stretched out, I'd be really close. So I don't really expect wind to push me that way, but I don't really want to test it if we indeed get 40 knot gusts out the strait. Maybe we get 20 here, 25, I don't know. I don't want to test being this close to shore with not enough rode out. I'd prefer to have more like 5 or 6 to 1. Right now I have like 4 to 1, so I want to improve that, so I'm going to reset the anchor now. See where that little creek delta or estuary comes out. Right there, it's like a foot deep, and where I am is 30 feet deep, like a boat length away. So I think I'm gonna go for a little dinghy mission and bring the handheld radio and head out towards the strait, which is only about a mile away, and see if I can pick up the weather forecast out there. There was also a little cell phone signal out there, so if that doesn't work, I can text somebody on the outside and ask them to let me know what the weather is off the internet. But yeah, it's not really raining much. There's almost no wind at all. I'm kind of curious of what it actually looks like out there. I'm sort of tempted to get to sail some more today, but I'll probably just relax here and let my body rest. I got pretty tired yesterday tacking all day and the day before as well. Well, I came for a little buzz out here to try and get the weather forecast and to get cell phone reception. Getting neither. It's kind of weird. Last night the cell phone, I was getting texts in and out just fine right around here, but don't know. Anyways, it's pretty gentle out here right now, but it seems to be picking up. Yeah, so I'll just fish a little bit out here and then head back in before it gets too windy and carry on the chill fest, and then I'll start sailing again tomorrow. Well, I caught a couple rockfish, and now I'm gonna head back to the boat, clean them up, and maybe I'll go for another little mission. Go over to these little beaches over here. They look kind of nice for stretch my legs, go for a walk. I've had this slight temptation to go sail this evening, but there still really is no evidence of wind, and it's super rainy now. I can't get a weather report in here, but I did do a call out to see if there was any other boats around that might be able to help me out with that. And the Island Roamer from British Columbia actually came back on the call and let me know that the forecast is still about the same. They're calling for 25 overnight with gusts of 40. And then subsiding to 20 in the morning and then 15 later on. So that'll be pretty good if that comes true. So I'll leave tomorrow morning with the ebb and enjoy some sailing down to probably Cleveland Passage, maybe even Portage Bay if the winds are good and I'm making good progress. In the meantime, I'm just gonna chill here and make some dinner in a little while. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I haven't had just a chill day at anchor like this for a long while, so I'm enjoying it. Well, it's been a nice mellow day. I'm just getting ready to go to bed now. It's perfectly calm out. There was like a gust for about a couple minutes. I don't know if this wind actually came. Maybe it still will tonight. But that's okay. I had a really nice day just chilling. I edited up 2 videos and finished them up. And I played a bunch of guitar and went fishing for a little bit, had a nice dinner, and just reading and chilling out. So all good. There's a kind of cool light out right now, sort of yellowish, kind of funky. It's still sort of raining a bit. So yeah, hopefully in the morning it's nice and dry and there's a nice little breeze. But I'll have a current in my favor to start the day, so I'll get up kind of early and get going. Good night!
Coming up next time on Sailing Cedar McClyde, after waiting out a gale that never came, I set sail south towards Frederickstown and stop in a beautiful anchorage called Cleveland Passage. Good sailing continues as I head into Frederickstown and anchor at Reed Island. While out fishing for dinner, I hook onto a huge skate, which I was luckily able to let go without much harm being done to it. On the way out of the anchorage, I have a close encounter with a humpback whale that snuck right up on me. Good sailing continues as I dodge a surprising amount of ice as I approach my final destination for the solo trip of Petersburg, Alaska. Thanks so much for watching, and if you're enjoying this series, make sure you hit subscribe so you see all the next episodes coming up. Bye for now!